Okay, so before I start discussing and demoing cake mixing methods with you, I just want to go over how to grease and flour a pan. I know that it seems like it's common sense, it's an easy thing to do, but many times I see people use pan spray in a commercial setting for cakes, and I don't advise it because I find that with the pan spray, there's water in the pan spray and it causes the cake to stick inside the pan. So what you want to do is you want to use some type of grease, such as or shortening, such as Sweetex or Primax or Crisco, and you want to set aside a container of it with a heavy-duty paintbrush, and you want to brush the inside of the pan with a fairly thick, even coat of shortening. And you want to make sure that you get into the corners of the pan with the brush, obviously the bottom of the pan, and make sure that you can see the film of grease inside the pan. If you can't see it, then you haven't put enough. You want to see like a white film of grease. Once you've greased the entire pan, you're going to dust it with all-purpose flour only. We always use all-purpose flour to dust cake pans. If you use any other type of flour, such as cake flour or pastry flour, there's too much moisture in the flour, and then it will facilitate more sticking of the cakes inside your pan. You just want to dust the inside of the pan. And then discard the extra so that you have an even coat of flour on the inside of the pan. If you see any areas where there was no grease, you're going to have to go back and grease that area. Now with genoise or cakes that have much less fat in them, you're going to grease the pan and then put a piece of parchment paper on the bottom of the pan, and then you can flour the side of the pan. With chiffon cakes or angel food cakes, remember, we don't grease the side of the pan, okay? So you're only gonna grease the bottom and put a piece of parchment for angel food and chiffon cakes. For genoise, you're going to grease the bottom, put a piece of parchment, grease the side, and flour the side. For any other type of cakes, such as high ratio cakes that are high fat, you're going to grease and flour the entire cake pan.